friends, welcome to this last session of what I think must have been an inspiring day for most of you. It was certainly inspiring for me since I came only post-lunch. I think that those of you who come have shown a kind of commitment to the ideas that must have been discussed here the whole of today. And I think that itself is enough for us to reflect on what we might have lost by stopping to talk about Gandhi. And I want to compliment my very dear friend Ruchira for having the guts to bring back Gandhi in conversation at the IIC, because as you all must know that it's not a great subject that calls the hall to be full as other subjects do. So this is a tribute to all of you to have come today. And I also want to compliment Apne and IIC for holding this program at this time. Can you hear me? Yes. At this time when there is such a strong anti-Gandhi swing in India. If you don't agree, tell me at question time that you don't agree. But I think there's a strong anti-Gandhi swing in India. And I'm not referring to the big move to bring back Gandhi through Swachh Bharat and his unique pair of glasses. I think that hurt me a lot to see Gandhi for Swachh Bharat with those glasses. That's not bringing back Gandhi to my mind. If Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi's ideas, messages are currently not only challenged but trashed, the fault lies, in my view, not in the man or the masses, but in the kind of congregations that claim to have inherited him. I think the early Congress party for the first 20, 30 years are responsible for some of the trashing of Gandhi. And then the Sarva Seva Sangh. I hope there's nobody here from Sarva Seva Sangh. Because this community, as you know, consists of hundreds of Gandhi workers scattered in Gandhian ashrams. And my colleagues Rekha and Jain are here from ISST, and we've been to many of them. But this community, in my view, has put Mahatma Gandhi on their top, but they are not actually giving a kind of space and light to what Gandhi did. So, placing the name of Mahatma ahead of his surname has, in my view, added further ignominy for all that is being said of him. I don't think he would have liked to be deified. Anyway, that's my view. So I requested Ruchira to put me down in the inequality session, though she would have preferred that I go to the women's movement session, because that's where I'm usually identified, as I think his greatest contribution was to the subject of inequality, social, economic, and political. Unlike Piketty, Marx, and Mill, and the latest chap who's talking of equality, Daniel Dowling from Oxford, he does not receive serious consideration. Gandhi does not receive serious consideration in this area as he does in the sphere of non-violent peace building. I have had a flirtatious relationship with Gandhi over nearly 6 decades, mostly picking up some practices from him, but never really going into his ideas as expressed in his writings or the writings of others about him. I don't propose to take you on that journey, but only to use that beginning to argue that his understanding of inequality and its reverse, how to build equality out of an unequal society through practices, in my view, the most suitable ideas for India. He saw inequality, I suggest, as a form of violence and offered many ideas and strategies to overcome them. The problem about talking about Gandhi is that he made himself intelligible to the masses, but he was a real problem, an incomprehensible maverick to the elite and the intellectuals. He was not like Tagore and Ambedkar, again you should correct me if I'm wrong, not somebody who learnt about life, society and the outside from books, but by just seeing and experiencing. Doubtless, he had a sensitive nature and the gift of converting his personal experience into political movement. So where do I go from here? I will mainly list some of the strategies he used to enable India not only to address inequality, but also to overcome it, if not eliminate inequality. 1. Transposing identities. Personal identification with the other. In his case, identification with the poorest peasant through